Hello. Welcome back to remote learning. Hope you guys are doing well. Just thought I'd make you a little quick video just to help you out with today's lesson because we're going to do application. So we'll use your prior knowledge on solving simultaneous equations using substitution, and we'll just go through a couple of examples and then just work through the questions 5 to 9 for today. Once you do that, feel free to pack up early if you do finish early. If not, we'll touch base next lesson anyway and see how you're going. I'll just leave these lessons for you. There's a few questions and see how you go. So we're going to look at this question first, which is a we've got to solve this via substitution. We have the perimeter around the top of a rectangular billiards table is 810 centimeters. The length of the table is twice width. What are the dimensions of the billiards table? So with these questions, sometimes you're best off just sort of drawing a bit of a diagram. So I'm just going to draw my billiards table. If you don't have billiards tables like pool, it's the same thing. You got all the balls, on the table, and you got to get them in the pockets and the corners and on the sides. So the perimeter around the top of a rectangular billiards table is 810. Now it does say around the top, which is a bit weird, but it's the perimeter. So we're going to go all the way around. And we're talking about the top of a billiards table because a billiards table also has legs on them as well. So they're just talking about, the top area up here. So I know that the total perimeter of this equals 810 centimeters. So if you think about how we get that, we go, well, length, or length or width, we'll call this width, and length. What are the dimensions of the table? Well, we know that the length of the table is twice the width. So the length is twice the width. So what we know by that is that the length of the table, so L, is, meaning equals, twice the width, 2 times the width. And that's how I got this expression here. So now I know that the perimeter of it, well, if you understand that the perimeter, if the length equals 2w, really, I know that the perimeter is actually, well, it's 2 times your length, or 2 lengths, length, plus 2 of your widths. So now I've got my 2 equations. I can actually solve these to find out what the dimensions are. So I know that the perimeter is actually 810. So I am going to put 810 in the perimeter. And I know that length equals 2 widths. So I've got 2 lengths, which is 2 times 2 widths. We're going to substitute and we should give our equations as well. 1, 2, there's my 1 and 2, I should say. Sub 1 into, it's been a while since I've done this, guys, so please bear with me, into 2. So I'm going to do that. It's been a while since I've had to write on this tablet too. So first go at it straight off the bat this morning, and it's plus 2w. So now I can see that 810 will equal, when I expand this, multiply that, it's going to be 4w plus 2w. That's going to be 6w. So we've got 810 equals 6w. Okay, we're going to divide this now by 6. I'm just going to come over this side. So I know that W equals 810 on 6. This is quite a tricky one to think of. I mean, if I go to 600 and I'm 210 away, so we could just go to the old, division if you want. How many 6s are in 810? Probably a bit quicker. I've got 1 there, remainder 2. How many 6s are in 21? 6, 12, 18, 24. So it's going to be 3. 6, 12, 18. I've got a remainder of 3. How many 6s are in 30? Is 5. So it's 135. So W equals 135. And it's going to be centimeters this time because we're in application. We know what it refers to. Now, don't forget, actually you need to answer the question. And the question is asking, what are the dimensions of the billiards table? So we say, therefore, width equals 135 centimeters. And length is obviously 2 lots of that. So that's going to equal 270 centimeters. You can check if you're right because you can just add it up, 2 lots of 270 is like what, 5.4. So you've got, 5.4 we've got, and 2 lots of this is going to be 2.7, 2.7. Those together is going to make 8.1 meters, which is great. So, yep, got it right. So that would be my final answer. This is just my little self-check. So that's how you can use a worded question and create your equations there. Look at the next situation. Ella has 240 centimeters of ribbon to sew around the edge of a pillowcase. If the length of the pillowcase is to be 18 centimeters less than twice the width, what is the largest size she can make the pillowcase? So again, show reasoning using simultaneous equations. So that means you can't check and guess. So I would really just draw a picture again. So that's the pillowcase. She has 240 centimeters for the total. So that's going to be the perimeter. The length of the pillowcase is 18 centimeters less than twice the width. So that means really, if you think about it again, that's length, length, width, width. Well, this is here. So we know if the length, so the length of the pillowcase is to be 18 centimeters less than twice the width. So the length will equal 18 centimeters less than twice the width. So really, what we know there is it's actually 2 times the width, and it's 18 centimeters less than that. So that's what it's going to be. So that's my first equation, okay? What is the largest size she can make the pillowcase? Show reasoning. Well, my other equation is here. It says Ella has 240 centimeters of ribbon to sew around the edges of a pillowcase. Well, that means I've got to go right around. So that means my perimeter has to be 240 centimeters. And that's going to be 2 lengths, or length plus width plus width. You can write it either way. Plus 2 widths. So that's my perimeter formula. And that's equation 2. Again, this would be a substitution method because I'm just going to substitute L in for here. So I'm just going to write in sub 1 into 2. I'm going to do that up here. So I've got 240. L is this. So it's going to be, I've got 2 lots of 2W minus 18. And this is why we kind of did a bit of the multiplication of brackets as well. Plus 2W. So we need to know, we need to multiply this now. And then we can solve for what W is. So we've got 240 equals 4W minus 36 plus 2W. I'm going to add 36 to this side, which will make it 276. 4W plus 2W will give me 6W. Divide by 6. That's really annoying. So again, I'm just going to do a little more division here, just because I don't know, my brain's not working probably too well today. 2, can't do that. 6 would be 24, which would give me 4, remainder 3. 3 into 36 would be 6, that's 46. 46 centimeters, because it is centimeters. So therefore, we can then sub in, oh, that's what I forgot to do on the other one. Sub in W equals 46 into, which one should we put it in? Probably this one, into equation 1. So I've got my length equals 2 lots of 46, or you could just write 2 times 46 minus 18. 2 times 46 is going to be 92. 92 minus 18 is going to be 72 plus 2. I've taken 2 anyway, would be 74. Again, you can check if we're correct. 1 length and 1 width. That would give me, what are you looking at? That'd be 50 centimeters. That would give me 120 centimeters. So yep, 2 lengths and 2 widths give me 240. So I know I'm correct. Let's just write at the end. It says, what is the largest size she can make the pillowcase? Therefore, the width would equal 46 cm. Length equals 74 cm. You could also write it be 46 cm by 74 cm pillowcase would be another accepted answer, or you could write actually the dimensions, because that either one's implied with that one. Okay, so the sum of 2 numbers is 245 and the difference is 91. What are those 2 numbers? So the sum of 2 numbers, well, if you take A is a number and B, if you add them together, it's going to be 245. So the sum, which means plus, of 2 numbers, A plus B, is 245 equals, that's my answer, 245. And the difference is 91. Well, it's a difference of two numbers. Difference means minus. That means A take B equals 91. What are the two numbers? Well, I've got my two equations here. This one you'd probably rearrange. So I'm going to call this 1. I'm going to call this 2. I'm going to rearrange this for A just because then I've got a positive B. Why not? It would be 91 plus B. I'm going to call that equation 3. I'm now going to substitute this one into that one. So sub 3 into 1. Now I can't sub this into this because this equation I rearrange into that. It's the same one. So pretty much if you've rearranged equation, you want to kind of see it as though that's crossed out and I can't substitute it in. I have seen some people get a bit confused. You can't do that. It needs to go into the other equation. So, I mean, don't need to cross it out, but I'm just sort of showing you there. So we're going to sub this into that one. Well, if we know A equals 91 plus B, well, that means it's going to be 91 plus B, because 90, that's A, right? That's 91 plus B equals 245. Going to minus 91 from both sides. If I minus 90 or 100 from that, let's just go with 245. It's going to be 145, 155, 100 and what am I doing here? I've got to add 9. So it'd be 145. I've taken away 9 too many. So that would be 154 equals 2B. And divide by 2. So that's going to give me 75, 77 equals B. What are the two numbers? Well, I found out what B is. So now I can sub B equals 77 into 3. So it's going to be easy. So A equals 91 minus 77. A equals 91 minus 77 is going to be 3 to 80, 14. So the sum of two numbers is 245. I don't think I may have got that right. It doesn't look like it. If I add these two together, that's not quite right, is it? What have I done here? A equals 91 plus B. 91 plus B. B, this is a plus. Right, so that's why it pays to always check, because I didn't actually transcribe my my positive there. So 91 plus 77, A, will equal, what is that? It's going to be 107. That would make it 868. 168 plus 77, so we can check this. 77, we're going to have 25, carry the 1 here. 77 is 14, carry the 1, 245. Excellent. And the difference is 91. If I subtract those from each other, that's going to be 1. That doesn't work. So give that as a 16 minus 7 is 91. So that's perfect. So I've checked that they actually add and subtract. Notice I used the one algorithm for both, but did everything there. So that's how we can solve simultaneous equations using Word, really pulling out the words there, and make sure you go, what are the two numbers? So therefore I should write at the end. Always read your question as well. 168 and 77 are the two numbers, and that's all we really need to help you guys, I hope, to get through. So just really reading the questions and set up the equations from those. Take note of different words to help you set those up, and good luck with those. Hope you have a good day. I'll speak to you guys a bit later on.